Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about the mock exam that we talk today, all right? So, in section 3 we're going to talk about the common mistakes, which is questions 10, 11, 13, 15, 19 and 20, and then we're going to move to section 4, questions 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 27, 28, 29, 35, 36. So let's start with section 3, question number 10. All right, number 10. Here he's asking you about y equal x minus 7 multiplied by 3x plus 4 and x equal 3y minus 1. The solution set for the system of equations shown above contains how many order pairs? All right. We have two ways to solve this example. All right, keep in consideration that it's no calculator section. So if we use the first way, which is to put 3y minus 1 instead of x right here, it's gonna be very hard because we have, when we distribute, we're gonna have 9y squared and we have a lot of big numbers. So we're gonna solve it in other way, which is graphic. All right, so we're gonna graph this one first, and then we are going to graph the line. And then we're gonna know how many order pairs. We're gonna know the solution set for the system of equations after we draw both. All right. So here we go. One. We have two zeros, which is x equals 7, the zeros at x equals 7, and here we're gonna take the 4 with a negative sign divided by 3, so the other 0, it's negative 4 over 7, negative 4 over 3. When we equal it to 0, x minus 7 equals 0, so x equal to 7, 3x plus 4 equal to 0, so x equal negative 4 over 3, which is 1 point here, and another point here. All right, we need one more point to know how we're gonna draw our parabola. So we're gonna get the y-intercept. Y-intercept at x equals 0. So we are going to put 0 here. So it's supposed to be negative 7 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 0, which is 0 plus 4. So it's going to be 4. So negative 7 multiplied by 4, negative 28. And here is the y-intercept when we put x equals 0. So negative 28 right here. And then we're going to draw our parabola like this. Okay. And then we're going to draw the line. Let's draw the line. We can't draw it in this form. Let's convert it to the slope-intercept form. So we're gonna work with it easily. So here it's x equals 3y minus 1. Take 1 to the other side, so x plus 1 equals 3y, and then divided by 3 both sides. So y equal x over 3 plus 1 over 3. So we have a y-intercept of y of 1 over 3, and we have a positive slope. So maybe the y-intercept is here, and the positive slope is like this. So we have two solutions, 2 points of intersection, so which means two solutions. All right. From the first look, we can eliminate this one because it's impossible to get two solutions from a parabola and a line. Okay. Question number 11. In the question like this one, we have like to understand the question well first. So here he's saying Piggy and John each purchased a bucket of flowers from a florist. The price of Piggy's bucket was $D and the price of John's bucket was $4 less than the Piggy's bucket. So if Piggy's bucket is D, here the other one, which is John's, 4 less. So it's D minus 4. If Piggy's and John split the cost of buckets equally between them. So both, which is the first one, which is Piggy, plus his friend John, which is D minus 4, split the cost equally, which is divided by 2. So it's supposed to be 2D minus 4 over 2, which is D, because 2D divided by 2, it's D. Negative 4 divided by 2, it's 2. Each of them will pay d minus 2 when they split the cost equally, and each paid 15% sales tax on her share. Which of the following expressions gives the amount in dollars that each of them paid? So each one gonna pay 15% tax, which is a percent increase. So we're gonna make like this, 1 plus 15%. So take the d minus 2, 1.15 multiplied by d minus 2. So the answer is 1.15. d minus 2 multiplied 1.15, which is obviously A, because this is the only one. We have 1.15 only one time in answer A, but here is 2, 2.15, and 2.3, and so the correct answer is A. Okay, another one, number 13. Or let's move to number, sorry, not 13, 14. Two equations, A and B, defined by x equal 18y squared minus 2 and x equal negative 18y squared plus 2, respectively, are graphed in the xy plane. Above the graph of A and B intersect at points 0 and S and 0 and negative S. Intersect right here, it means these points. What is the value of S? So when these 2 points intersect, this means that it has an equal x, which is 0 and 0. So we're gonna solve it like this. If x equal to x, so we can rewrite it as negative 18y squared plus 2, this one, equal 18y squared minus 2. And he's asking you about s, so you want to get the value of y. So let's collect like terms. Here, 18 plus 18, which is 36y squared. 2 to the other side, which is 2 plus 2 is 4. And now let's divide it. 36 and 36. So y squared equal 4 over 36. Let's take the square root. So y equal positive or negative 2 over 6, which means y equal positive or negative 1 over 3. So we're gonna take C. All right, number 15. Complex numbers. How to divide a complex numbers? By multiplying by the conjugate, and he wants the value of A, which is the real number. All right, so first step, let's write it as it is again. 18 plus I over 4 plus 3I multiplied by the conjugate, which is 4 minus 3I, up and down. This is the conjugate, 4 plus 3I. It's supposed to be 4 minus 3I to get the conjugate. Just change this sign from plus to minus. Okay. This is the first step. Second step, we're gonna do FOIL stuff. 18 multiplied by 4, 18 multiplied by 3, and I multiplied by 4, I multiplied by negative 3I. 18 multiplied by 4 is 4 multiplied by 10, 40, and 4 multiplied by 8, 32, so it's 72. 4, if we want to multiply 4 by 18, we are going to do it like this. 4 multiplied by 10 plus 4 multiplied by 8. Here is 40. 4 multiplied by 8 is 32, so 72. Then 18 multiplied by negative 3, same stuff. 3 multiplied by 10 plus 3 multiplied by 8, 30 plus 24, which is 54. But negative sign because here is negative, so negative 54i. And then I multiplied by 4, which is positive 4i. I multiplied by negative 3, negative 3i power 2. And here, down, we are going to multiply like this. 4 multiplied by 4, and 3i multiplied by negative 3i. Because if we do FOIL, the middle terms will eliminate. So we are just make it like this. 4 multiplied by 4, which is 16. 3 multiplied by negative 3, which is negative 9i power 2. All right. We know that I power 2 equals to -1, so all what we're supposed to do now to eliminate I squared and change this sign to be plus. So 72. -54 plus 4, which is -50i, plus 3, instead of -3i squared. Down 16. I squared, it's a -1, so -9 multiplied by -1, it's +9. Right, then 72 plus 3, which is 75, minus 50i, divided by 25. Last step, let's divide 75 over 25, and 50i divided by 25 also. So we're gonna get 75 divided by 25, 3 minus 2i, and he's asking you about what is the value of a, which is the real number, the real part. So the answer is 3. Now we will move to question number 19. And 20. Okay. All right. In number 19, he says the epipelagic zone is the oceanic zone that extends from the surface down to a depth approximately 650 feet below the sea level at a depth of 170 feet below the sea level. The total pressure is 90 per square inch. At a depth of 215 feet below the sea level, the total pressure is 110 per square inch. For every additional 5 feet below the sea level, the total pressure increased by P pounds per square inch, where P is a constant. What is the value of P? All right. Till here, he's just saying a story. Like, he's saying the epipelagic zone is the oceanic zone that extends 650 below the sea level. From here, the question starts. At a depth of 170 feet below the sea level, the pressure is 90. So we have X and Y. 170, pressure, which is the Y, is 90. At a depth of 215 below the sea level, the total pressure is 110. 200 feet, 215 feet, pressure is 110. And he wants for every additional 5 feet below the sea level. Yeah, for every 5 feet below, what happens? What happens? It increases by P, so what happens? All right, so first of all, we're gonna get the slope. Slope means rate of change per unit. So first we're gonna get the slope, and it's the rate of change per unit, but we want it by 5 units below the sea level. So after we get the slope, we are going to multiply it by 5 because he needed 5 feet below, and here it's per unit, and we want it as 5 feet below. Okay. So slope y2 minus y1, 110 minus 90, x2 minus x1, which is 215, minus 170. Which means 20 divided by 40. 5 divided by 5 up and down, it's going to be 4 divided by 9. This is the rate of change per unit. We wanted for every additional 5 feet below the sea level. And here it's the rate of change per unit. So we're gonna multiply 4 over 9 because it's per unit, multiplied by 5 to get it after 5 feet below the sea level. 4 over 9 multiplied by 5, which means 4 multiplied by 5, 20, 9 multiplied by 1, which is 9, and this is it. All right, number 20. What is the value of X? Okay, when we have a question like this, we are thinking about the common factor. Think about the common factor. We're gonna take a common factor between these two terms. So the greatest common factor between these two terms is x squared. So when we take x squared from x power 3, it's going to be x, and here it's going to be 4. And then we are moving to the other two terms. We're gonna take a common factor, which is 3. And here we are, it's x minus 4 also. Now we have x minus 4, so obviously the answer is x minus 4 equals 0, which means the x equals 4. So when we have in SAT a question like this, we are just think about the common factor between the first two terms and the last two terms, and then we're gonna get something like this. Solve it, you will get x equal to 4, and this is it. Here is section 3. Let's move to section number 4. Question number 8. The table above shows the 75 pieces of furniture that the custom furniture maker made in 2015, categorized by furniture type and wood species. What proportion of the furniture pieces, which is the whole thing, custom furniture, which is the whole thing, so my total will be like this, because he's saying what proportion, so we are looking for part and total will be 75 because he's saying the furniture. All right, what actually I want are furniture pieces are desks made of maple. Desks are made of maple, which is 9. So divided 3 up and down, it's supposed to be 3 over 25. And now let's move to question number 9. All right, question number 9. Here is saying the graph of line M in the XY plane passes through the quadrants 1, 2, and 3, but not quadrant 4. Which of the following must be true about the slope of the line? All right, the quadrants are 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So it's saying that the line passes through 1, 2, and 3, right here, 1, 2, 3. So just like this. What is the slope of this line? It's a positive slope, so the answer is obviously A. All right, and next, question number 12. Question number 12 related to this question. So let's first read the head. Here is saying body weight versus brain weight. Brain weight in grams, body weight in kilograms. A researcher at a university made the scatter plot above to illustrate the relationship between the body weight and the brain weight of 9 species of animals. All right. Here is saying of the label points P, Q, R, and S, which point represents species whose ratio of brain weight to body weight is the least. The least one, which means the least one, which means the less one, which means the ratio. Here we have a ratio, so let's take the ratio of everyone. Here it's 70 to 10, 70 over 10, but not just 10, it's 10,000. Why? Because it's 10, it's kilograms, and we want to make it kilograms, not just like this one, grams as this one. So 10 kilograms multiplied by 1,000, it's going to be grams. So it's going to be 7 over 1,000, which is 0.007. And here we are, Q. Let's do it. Q, it's supposed to be right here, 50 divided 30,000. 50, 30,000. Here we go. 50 divided 30,000, which means 50 divided 30,000 means that 0 with 0 divided 5 divided by 1 divided by 6,000, which is 0.00. Wait, 0.00016. 3 zeros and 16. All right, and what about R? R, it's going to be right here, 110 divided by 65, and about S, it's going to be 130 divided by 105,000. So when you divide all of them, you will find the least one is S. Because it's very obvious, because the denominator in S will be 105,000, so it's obviously the least one. All right, now we're done with number 12. Let's move to number 13. Which of the scatter plot below illustrates the relationship that is best modeled by the function f of x equal j over x power k, where j is a positive constant, and k is a constant less than -1. Less than -1, which means maybe -2, -3, -4, anything like this. So it's obviously not linear because less than -1 in the power. So this means it's not linear. So it's not B and it's not D. So maybe C, maybe A. All right, let's take a look again. The negative power, what does the negative power do? Just like something like this, 2 over 3 power -2. This equals to the reciprocal, which is 3 over 2, but power 2. Look, if I have x over y power -2, this means, and this is equal to y over x, but all power 2. So the negative just to take the reciprocal of the fraction. So it's obviously increasing, not decreasing, because j is a positive constant right here. It's a positive thing, and x is a positive thing. And here the negative power will make it the reciprocal. So it's obviously increasing. Let's consider k is equal to -2. Let's consider it as -2. So j over x power -2, a number less than -1. What is the meaning of -2? To eliminate this negative, what should I do? To take the reciprocal of x and j, like this. And instead of -2, it's supposed to be 2. So this means it's x squared divided by j squared. J squared is a positive number, as he said, maybe 1, maybe something like this. So it's just not linear, and it's increasing at the same time. So the answer is A, not D, not C, because C is decreasing. Okay. Let's move to number 14. Question number 14, he's saying the estimated number of bacteria in laboratory culture over a span of 10 hours is shown in the table below. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and here it's a million, 100,000, 10,000, thousands, 100, and 10. And then he's saying which of the following is true about the relationship between the time and the estimated number of bacteria during the 10-hour time span. Is it linear or exponential? Is it increasing or decreasing? So it's obviously decreasing. So eliminate A, eliminate C. Is it decreasing linearly or exponentially? Linearly means that it is decreasing by a constant rate, and it's not a constant rate. Like million becomes 100,000, which means it decreased by 900,000. But from here to here, it decreased by 90,000 only. And from here to here, it decreased by 9,000. From here to here by 900, and then by 90. This means that he's dividing by 10. And if the table is dividing by 10, this means it's an exponential form. So the answer will be decreasing exponentially because it's dividing by the same number. So divided or multiply means it's exponential. But plus and minus or negative means that it is linear. So here it's a division, so it's decreasing because it's a decrease, exponentially because it's not the same rate. Okay. Later on, number 16. Okay. Here we go. Question 16 and 17 refer to the following information still as planning a vacation and deciding which travel package to purchase. The table below shows the cost of airfare, hotel, and car rental for 3 different level packages. Travel package P, Q, and R, cost of airfare A in dollars, cost of hotel H in dollars per day, cost of car rental R in dollars per day. The total cost f of x of a travel package for x days is given by the function f of x equal A for cost of airfare, and H for the cost of the hotel, and R for the cost of rental. So it's Rx, and X is the number of hours. Okay. If the relationship between the total cost f of x of airfare, hotel, and car rental with travel package R and the number of days x for the package is graphed in the xy plane, The slope of the graph represents which of the following? What is the meaning of the slope in word problems? It's rate of change. So let's check again. What is the rate of change here? What is the thing that I'm going to pay every day? The cost of the hotel, because it's per day, and the cost of car rental, which is per day also. So the slope right here will be the combined daily cost of the hotel and car rental, because I'm going to pay it every day or each day, which means it's a rate of change, which means that is slope. All right, number 17 for the same header. Here he's saying, how many days X? He's asking about X. Will the total cost of travel package Q be less than or equal to the total cost of package P? All right, Q less than P. Let's go back. Q less than P. All right, let's write down the equation of Q. Equation of Q is going to be 550 instead of A and 75 instead of, 550 instead of A, 75 instead of H, and 50 instead of R. And then here we're gonna do the same thing with P. So for Q, it's going to be 550 plus, instead of H, 75, X minus 1, plus R, which is 50X. So in the question, he's asking you about for what value of X does X less than. So Q right here, less than, because he's saying the quantity Q is less than the quantity of P. And P, I'm going to write down an equation for P, 400 plus 85, X minus 1, plus 60X. All right, 550 plus 75X minus 75 plus 50X, and then less than 485X minus 85 plus 60X. Then let's collect like terms. 550 minus 75, which means it's 475. 75X plus 50X, which means it's 125X, less than 85 plus 60. This means 145 X, and 400 minus 85, which means 315. All right, let's collect like terms again. 125 right here. So right here, it's going to be 20X less than 475 minus 315. Use your calculator. So it's supposed to be 475 minus 315. The answer divided by 20. So it's supposed to be 8. So X more than or equal 8. Look, here's the answer. X more than or equal 8. So what is the keyword? What is the obvious keyword? Q less than. So I wrote an equation for Q less than or equal the total cost of P. Q right here, P right here, and then solve. All right, number 18. In number 18, he says a well-known projection known as Moore's law states that the maximum number of transistors that can be placed are integrated circuit doubles. Here we go, doubles every 2 years. Which of the following graph is an accurate representation of Moore's law? Doubles mean exponential graph. Where is the exponential one? It's a linear, no, no, linear, no, exponentially, yes. All right, 19. Bob has a number of identical right circular cylinder buckets, each with an inside diameter of 1 foot. Okay, diameter 1 foot, so the radius 0.5 foot. He pours oil from a 55-gallon drum into each bucket until it's full. If the height of the oil in each bucket is approximately 1.5. What is the greatest number of full buckets Bob can pour from one 55-gallon drum of oil? Okay, I have 55 gallons and I can get the circumference to get how much each bucket will contain, the volume of each bucket. The volume of each bucket is in the shape of right circular cylinder. So I'm going to go back for the first page in the test and get the rule of right circular cylinder from here. V equal pi r squared h. Okay. To get the volume of each one, I'm going to get the volume like this, P R, which is 0.5, H, which is 1.5. All right, let's calculate this. Pi 0.5 squared multiply 1.5. So it's obviously 1.17809 and so on. All right, if I have 55 gallon, I'm going to transfer it into cubic feet. So 55 gallon right here, and then 55 multiplied by 0.133 to get the volume of the gallon in cubic feet. So 55 multiplied 0.133 and then divided by 1.17809 to get how many buckets exactly. So you are going to do like this, 55 multiplied by 0.133 divided by 1.17809. So it's 6.2, which is 6. Okay. Let's move. 27. Question number 27. Okay. Very, very tricky one. And we are going to go for the easiest way to solve this problem. R of x equals 3x power 3 plus 24x squared plus 21x. S of x equal x squared plus 8x plus 7. And here is asking the polynomial R of x and S of x are defined above. Which of the following polynomials is divisible by 3x plus 4? Divisible by 3x plus 4 or divisible by any number means to give you an integer, not a fraction, not everything like this, just like this thing. 22 divided by 2 is going to be 11, which is divisible by 22 divided by 4. It's going to be 5.5. This means it's not divisible. All right. So the easiest way to put a number instead of x, and then we're gonna try. We are going to substitute x equals 2 in all of the functions we have. So the first one will be r of 2, 3 multiplied by 2 power 3 plus 24 multiplied by 2 power 2 plus 21 multiplied by 2. Calculate this thing. It's going to be 24 multiplied by 2 power 2 plus 21 multiplied by 2. It's supposed to be 162. Do the same thing with s of x. S of 2 equals 4 plus 2 multiplied by 8, 16 plus 7, which is 27. And do the same thing with 3x plus 4. Um, 3 multiplied by 2 plus 4, which is 10. All right, now we need one of those functions to be divisible by 10, to be divisible by 3x plus 4. So to be divisible by 4, the last digit should be 0. So let's check. 3x, r of x plus s of x, which is 162 plus 127 plus 27. 162 plus 27 equal 189. So it's not divisible because the last digit is not 0. And here, r of x, which is 162 plus 2 multiplied by 27, and let's check. 216, it's not 0, the last digit, so it's not divisible by 10. But let's check this one. R of x, which is 162 plus 4 multiplied by 27, it's going to be 270. Divisible by 10, the number we got, yes, because 270 divided 10, 0 will eliminate 0, so it's going to be 27, which is integer. As we said here, divisible has to be an integer in the quotient, so the answer is obviously C. And this is the easiest thing to do. Just put instead of x in a number, calculate this one and this one and this one, and then try the choices as we done. Okay, about 28. The function g of x equal x power 3 minus 2x squared minus 2x plus 4 over 3 is graphed in the xy plane above. If c is a constant such that g of x equals c has one real solution, g of x equals c, which means it's a horizontal line, cut only the y-axis. So which of the following values of c, which of the following horizontal line give you one solution? The value will cut that shape one time, which means if we try g of x instead of c, we put 3. G of x equal 3. Let's graph it on the coordinate plane. 3 horizontal line, because it's y equal 3. It's cut it one time, so the answer is 3. But if you tried 1, look, 1 will cut 3 times, so it's not one solution, it's a 3 solution. Same for 0, will cut 3 times. And same for negative 1 will cut 3 times, so the only one who cut it, the graph only one time when g of x equal 3. So instead of c, we're gonna put 3 because we want it to cut the graph only one time. All right, and question 29. Let's take a look on the keyword. Here he's saying, which of the following is an equivalent function shown above in which the minimum value of g appear as a constant coefficient? What is the meaning of minimum value in a quadratic function? Vertex. So we want to get the vertex form because he's saying it appears as a constant coefficient. The vertex form is A or B, but not C nor D. Not C, not B, not D. Okay, so A or B. We want now to get what is the x coordinate of the vertex to put it with the opposite sign inside the bracket. So let's get the x coordinate from the factored form. Factored form is saying x equal, to get the vertex, x equal p plus q over 2. What is the value of p? It's x equals 10. Q, x equals negative 4. So instead of p and q, let's put 10 and negative 4. 10 plus negative 4, which means 10 minus 4, over 2. 6 over 2, which is 3. So it's positive 3. It's obviously positive 3. It's going to go inside the bracket with a negative sign. So positive 3 inside the bracket with a negative 3. So the answer is B, and this is it. All right. 35. Circle, and I think it's about arc length and this stuff. The circle above has center C and has radius 20. If the length of arc PQ shown in bold between 15 and 16, between 15 and 16, the easy thing to take any number in between, which is like 15.5. What is one possible integer value of y? Okay, we know that the rule is x degrees over 360 multiplied by the circumference, which is 2 pi r, equal the arc length. And here is the rule. What is the value of x? I don't know. This is what I'm looking for. And what is the value of r? It's 20. And what is the value of arc length? It's between 15 and 16, and we took 15.5. And then do shift solve thing. So on your calculator, x over 360 multiply 2 pi multiply 20 equal 15.5, so it's equal 44.4. and he's saying what is one possible integer, so you're gonna take only 44. 36. A toy store keeps marbles in the closet of its stock room. In the closet, 230 marbles are blue, 370 marbles are red. If 110 red marbles are added, how many blue marbles must be added to the closet so that 2/5 of the marbles in the closet are blue? Okay, so we have an original number of marbles, the blue thing, and the red thing, the red ones, and we're gonna add 110 on the red, which is here. So red equals 370 plus 110. This is the new thing, which is 480. And now I want to add a number on the blue marbles to be the total ratio be 2/5. So the total ratio means that the blue up and total down. So 480 plus 230 plus x. Red plus blue equals what? 2/5. And then if we have only x, the only one unknown, using shift solve. So it's all about blue up, total down, total red and blue, and the additional number that we're gonna add. So 230 plus x divided by 480 plus 230 plus x equal 0.4. So shift solve, x equals 90, and this is it. So here is the mock exam common mistake, which called P.R.4. See you in next video, inshallah.